The story begins aboard a massive, futuristic space station, floating in the vastness of a neutral galaxy. This space station serves as a meeting point for countless species from across the stars, a place where the most powerful beings gather to trade, negotiate, and sometimes fight. The station's core is a dazzling intergalactic bar filled with neon lights, holographic images, and an array of alien species from every corner of the galaxy. The air hums with excitement and tension as various aliens, each with their own unique appearances, chat in their native languages, sipping exotic drinks and sharing stories from their far-flung worlds. The bar's atmosphere is filled with energy, with high-tech displays flickering on the walls and the chatter of countless species filling the space. A few robots zip through the air, serving drinks and moving effortlessly through the crowd, adding to the futuristic feel of the place. Everywhere you look, there's something new species, new technologies, new cultures. The whole place feels like a living, breathing hub of the galaxy's most advanced civilizations. But then the mood shifts. In the midst of this dazzling display of technology and power, a group of aliens begins to gather near one of the center tables. These beings are tall and imposing, their bodies armored in sleek, glowing suits that hum with energy. Their weapons are sophisticated, energy shields that shimmer and pulse with light, laser blasters that hum with power, and cloaking devices that allow them to disappear and reappear at will. They represent the height of advanced technology, and they know it. As the group talks among themselves, they start laughing, pointing and jeering at a small, unassuming group of humans standing nearby. The alien's leader, a towering figure with glowing blue skin and sharp, angular features, stands up and addresses the room with a booming voice. He gestures toward the humans and says, "Look at them. How pathetic. They still rely on these primitive tools and weapons. How do they even survive in the galaxy?" His voice is filled with mockery. The aliens around him join in the laughter, shaking their heads. "What are they going to do?" one of them sneers. "Fight us with their outdated guns? Their ancient technology is nothing compared to ours. They'll never stand a chance against us." The leader's voice rises with laughter. "Prove to us that your primitive species can even handle the technology of the future. Show us what you got, human. I dare you." Just as the laughter fills the room, the door to the bar swings open, and the camera focuses on a group of human soldiers walking in. The sound of the door creaking open sends a wave of silence through the bar, and all eyes turn toward them. At the front of the group is Commander Davis, a tall, confident figure. His uniform is worn but looks well-maintained, like someone who's been in battle more than once. As Davis and his team step into the bar, the room goes quiet for a split second. The aliens' mocking smirks turn into looks of disbelief. They were expecting a group of weak humans, the kind they could easily dismiss. But now they're facing a soldier who carries himself like a warrior, someone who's been through battles and lived to tell the tale. Davis doesn't say a word. He doesn't need to. His silence speaks volumes. His eyes, sharp and focused, survey the room. He knows what's coming. He's been in situations like this before. The tension in the room is palpable as the aliens begin to size him up, underestimating him as they always do. The leader of the aliens, still standing tall, sneers at Davis and his team. "You think you can challenge us?" he asks, his voice dripping with disdain. "Your species is a joke. What are you going to do? You can't even understand the technology we possess." The camera zooms in on Davis's face as he stands there, calm and unwavering. His eyes narrow slightly, and for a brief moment, the audience sees a flash of something behind them. A quiet determination. A fire that's been burning for years. He's heard these taunts before, but today is different. Today, he's ready to show the galaxy just how dangerous humanity can be. There's a moment of silence before Davis speaks, his voice low but clear. "You're about to find out." As the words leave his mouth, the atmosphere in the room shifts. The tension is no longer just in the air, it's in every action, every movement. The humans are ready. The aliens, they still don't know what's coming. The challenge has been made, and now the battle will begin. The leader of the aliens steps forward, his glowing blue skin flickering under the bar's neon lights. He laughs loudly, his voice echoing across the room. "You humans think you can challenge us?" he mocks. "With your weak, primitive weapons? You don't stand a chance!" His voice is full of arrogance, and the other aliens snicker at the thought of a human even daring to face them in battle. Davis doesn't flinch. He stands tall, calm, and unwavering. His eyes lock with the alien leader, his expression unreadable. "I accept your challenge," he says simply, his voice steady but carrying an undeniable confidence. The room falls silent. The aliens are stunned. They expected the human to back down, to cower in fear, but instead he's standing there ready to face them. The aliens activate their advanced technology. Plasma guns hum to life in their hands, glowing with deadly energy. Energy shields materialize around them, shimmering with force fields that could easily deflect anything the humans might try. Their cloaking devices flicker briefly as they prepare to vanish from sight, ready to ambush Davis and his team. In stark contrast, Davis's team is armed with only basic, outdated weapons. Simple handguns, some old gadgets, and one or two basic energy grenades. The aliens snicker at the sight of these primitive tools, convinced that victory is guaranteed. "Pathetic," one of the aliens mutters, his voice dripping with contempt. "Do you honestly think your outdated weapons stand a chance against us?" But despite the aliens' taunts, Davis remains calm. His team is tense, but they trust him. They know that Davis isn't one to back down even in the face of overwhelming odds. The aliens' mocking laughter begins to fade as they notice the calmness in Davis's eyes. What does he know that they don't? As the challenge begins, Davis's mind flashes back to the horrors of past battles, the faces of his fallen comrades, especially Bonner, his best friend who died fighting the alien empire. Bonner's death had hit him hard, and the pain of losing his friend still stings. But it also fuels him. It reminds him of the strength humanity has, the strength to fight, even when the odds are stacked against them. Davis grips his weapon tighter, the weight of it almost comforting. He remembers Bonner's sacrifice, the way he had always pushed Davis to never give up. "This is for you, Bonner," he thinks, his determination growing. As the battle begins, Davis channels his grief and anger into focus. The loss of his friend is no longer a weakness, it's his driving force. And as the first plasma blast flies toward him, Davis proves that humanity's true power lies not in their technology, but in their unbreakable will. The moment the challenge begins, chaos erupts inside the bar. The room, which was once filled with laughter and conversation, is now a battleground. Davis and his team move quickly, using the bar's layout to their advantage. Tables and chairs are overturned, providing cover from the barrage of laser blasts coming from the aliens. Pillars along the walls give them a place to hide, and Davis's team works as one, seamlessly communicating and coordinating their movements. The aliens, relying on their superior technology, are quick to activate their cloaking devices, vanishing from sight in an instant. At first, Davis's team is momentarily caught off guard by the sudden disappearance of their opponents, but they quickly adapt. They know they can't rely solely on sight, they'll have to think differently. Davis's team moves with precision, setting clever traps using their basic but effective weapons. One soldier activates an old security system, sending out a series of loud alarms and flashing lights. The distraction causes confusion among the aliens, and for a split second, their cloaking devices flicker. That's all the humans need. With a quick gesture from Davis, they open fire, launching energy grenades and handguns toward the spots where the cloaked aliens are hiding. The aliens fire back with rapid, precise laser blasts, but the humans are faster, dodging and weaving through the bar with agility honed through countless battles. Davis's training, combined with his experience, makes him a blur of motion, his team following his lead. The room becomes a whirlwind of action as humans and aliens exchange fire, each side trying to outsmart the other. The battle seems to be going well for the humans, but the aliens are far from giving up. They begin to regroup, and just as they're about to launch a final devastating assault, Davis pulls out something unexpected: a gun. The moment it's revealed, the aliens stop in their tracks, staring at it in disbelief. It's old, almost ancient. A relic from Earth's past. A gun that looks far too primitive to be useful against their advanced tech. The aliens laugh, thinking they have the upper hand. "You think that rusty thing is going to help you?" one of them mocks. But Davis doesn't flinch. With a quiet, confident smile, he pulls the trigger. The sound of the gunshot is unlike anything the aliens have heard before. The bullet, a rare ancient metal projectile, is small, but its impact is enormous. As it flies through the air, it seems to disrupt the very fabric of the aliens' energy shields. The once impenetrable force fields flicker and shudder, then fail completely. The aliens are stunned. Their own technology, which they thought invincible, is now useless against a weapon they considered outdated and primitive. The aliens scramble, trying to react, but it's too late. Davis fires again, and this time a few of the alien warriors fall to the ground, their shields unable to protect them from the powerful bullets. The humans, emboldened by their success, press forward with renewed vigor. The once overconfident aliens are now starting to panic. They were too sure of their technology, too convinced that they were superior. But now they realize that there is something far more dangerous than their weapons. A human's ingenuity, determination, and the power of an ancient weapon that can tear through even the most advanced technology. As the battle rages on, the humans continue to gain the upper hand, forcing the aliens to rethink everything they believed about their superiority. The clash between the old and new technologies becomes a symbol of humanity's resilience. What was once dismissed as primitive is now humanity's greatest strength. And as the aliens retreat, struggling to regroup, they know that they've made a fatal mistake, underestimating the power of humans. As the battle rages on, the alien leader begins to understand just how wrong they were about humanity. Their high-tech weapons, their advanced cloaking devices and energy shields, everything they believed made them invincible, is now failing them. Davis's primitive weapon has shattered their shields, and his team's resourcefulness has outsmarted their technology at every turn. The alien leaders face twists with frustration as they realize they've underestimated humans in the worst way. They had laughed at Earth's technology, seeing it as a joke compared to their own powerful machines. But now, as the alien soldiers fall one by one, the leader understands humanity's strength lies not in their technology, but in their will to fight, adapt, and survive. And that makes them far more dangerous than any weapon. The battle that seemed so certain for the aliens is slipping away. The leader begins to panic, realizing too late that they might not be able to escape the trap they've set for themselves. Outside the bar, the skies are filled with chaos. A massive spaceship from the Galactic Council hovers ominously above, ready to deploy even more advanced firepower. Suddenly, it unleashes a devastating orbital bombardment, sending shock waves through the station. The shock waves rattle the walls and disrupt the bar's already unstable power systems. For a brief moment, the fighting stops, and both sides watch in awe as the explosions light up the sky. The humans, seeing the opportunity, spring into action. Davis signals his team, and they time their next moves with deadly precision. They use the chaos caused by the bombardment to move undetected, positioning themselves in perfect spots to strike the alien leader's group. The humans, despite being outmatched in terms of technology, have learned to fight smart. They've fought for survival, and they're not about to lose now. The sight of their opponents being forced to retreat in confusion gives the humans the upper hand. They're using the very chaos the aliens created to turn the tide of battle in their favor. In the heart of the bar, Davis faces the alien leader in a one-on-one confrontation. The two stare each other down, their weapons raised. The noise of the battle is deafening, but in this moment, it's just the two of them. As the alien leader taunts Davis, something shifts in the human soldier. He remembers his best friend Bonner, his voice echoing in his mind. "We fight, not because we want to win, but because we have to. We fight for each other." Bonner had been lost in a previous battle, and his death still haunts Davis, but now it fuels his resolve. With one final steady aim, Davis pulls the trigger. The shot rings out, and the alien leader staggers back, the shock in their eyes unmistakable. You were always more dangerous than we thought," the alien gasps, falling to their knees. In this moment, Davis understands that the fight was never just about defeating a group of aliens. It was about proving humanity's worth. That one statement, uttered by the alien leader, brings everything into focus. It's not just a victory. It's a moment of realization that humanity's true strength lies in their heart, their unity, and their ability to adapt when everything seems lost. For the audience, this emotional beat ties the entire fight together, showing that it was humanity's spirit, not just their weapons, that made them the true victors.